I put my link in the story. Then I post on Twitter. Then when I post on Facebook, I actually put the actual, you know what I'm saying? The actual link is on my Facebook post.
All right.
Yeah.
We live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the ThePrezEx TV. This your boy JB with my boy over here, Rag. What's going on, my guy?
Look, I'm trying to share it. I didn't realize I had the sound on. I'm trying to
Nah, you good, homie?
share this joint live.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing all right out there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, y'all go ahead and like this video right now. Go ahead and share, like, subscribe, do all that stuff wherever you stream podcasts. You know, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Stitcher. And Rag, what to do, my brother?
Man, not too much, man. You know me, just out here riding around and getting it, be working, taking care of business.
Getting your hustle on?
Man, always.
Getting your hustle on. Speaking of hustle on, it was not too long ago I was thinking about Amy, my boy. Remember that song we did?
Yeah,
the hustle on?
Uh-huh, yep.
With Amy, I forgot my guy from North Carolina. I can't think of his name on the spot. But yeah, I was just thinking about that.
That's the only time I was featured on the song where after that,
Yeah.
he was like, oh, man, you know what? You can go and get it. Like, because he wanted me to feature on it.
Yeah. Nah, he heard you spit, and he
was like, man, yeah,
he was ready.
You can get it. Because at first he was like, he wanted to redo his verse. And then he was like, man, you know what? Tell your guy he can get it.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened when you're a top tier MC. You know what I'm saying? Top tier MC. Yeah, man. It's been a lot going on lately here, and we can go which ways to talk about. But let's start with Bronny James. Yeah. Bronny James. It was a few weeks ago. He was in a USC game. I think UCLA and USC they were playing. He got booed. He got all the things, and then his dad came out and said some stuff. Actually, his dad, what Bron say? Bron said that, he was taking out the mock drafts. And so when he was taking out the mock drafts, Bron said that y'all need to leave my son alone. He is, doing.
Keep my son's name
out. Go ahead.
Out your fucking mouth.
So he did that, and so, but what most people don't remember is this was probably about a year and a half ago when he was on the mock draft. He was top 10, I think, in the first mock draft when they did the 2024.
Right.
And he was mocked to go to the Atlanta Hawks.
Right.
And the first tweet Bron came out was Atlanta Hawk had a Hawk sign, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, he was proud of his son,
right.
Which he should be. Mm-hmm. If your son is mocked to be top 10 in the NFL, NBA draft, you should be happy about that. But it's like, as I like to say, keep that same energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When your son is top 10 and when he's not out, the message should have been, hey, we don't care. We grinding. We don't care about anything now. Don't wait until after your son is not on a mock draft to be like, hey, man, leave my boy alone. Yeah. He's just a kid, da-da-da-da. So, first off, what you think about Bronny, man?
I've always felt like, I didn't think when I saw him in high school, like I thought he had the potential, of course, to be an NBA player.
Yep.
If nothing else, just because of the name value alone, you know what I'm saying? Like, he deserves a shot at least. Because if nothing else from a mental standpoint.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like we could look at guys like on the high side, you got guys like Kobe Bryant who is the pinnacle of like, yeah, my dad played and I took it to the next level. But then you got cats like Austin Rivers, like let's just keep it a buck. He was the high school player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like he was an all conference team when he played the 1 year at Duke. You know what I'm saying? He played like 9 years in the league.
Yeah.
He had him out. I think Doc made one all-star team when he played for the Atlanta Hawks.
I think he played, well, maybe.
And so that part, that accolade, he got higher. Mm-hmm. But like Austin, like his career was better. His numbers are better.
Austin was cold, dog.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it actually was harder for him playing for his dad.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then his dad was still around the game, so he had to live with that. But I mean, look at how well he adjusted that. He never was in any trouble. He never spazzed out. You know what I'm saying? You don't have Austin Rivers fighting at the club. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in the news. Austin Rivers slaps a bitch at the club. Like, you didn't see none of that.
Yeah.
Right? So mentally he was stable. So from that aspect, I think that these NBA kids, they have that edge. I mean, again, you look at another sport, your boy Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
His dad was a professional baseball player. Look at how well adjusted he is. He stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
So let's move that to the side. I didn't think that the move to go to see Eric Canyon was a good move, simply because you like you playing on the All-Star team. Mm-hmm. So you don't have the ability to, you carrying a team, this is on your shoulders.
Right.
You could kind of hide.
Yeah.
Because the thing was like, oh, well, all of these guys are D1 guys. Mm-hmm. You know, you're playing with the creme de la creme. Like, some of these guys got the potential, if they were still drafting high school players, some of these guys could go straight to the league.
Yeah.
So you could hide the parts of his game that he was weak in that, you know, he might needed to work on or whatever. He didn't have to shoulder that burden of, I'm carrying the team, like what Kobe did at Lower Merion, or like what LeBron did, like what Kevin Garnett did. Like, he just could fit in. So now, though, you're on this national stage. You got all these NIL. Like, he's still one of the top NIL guys.
I think he's making $7-8 million a year.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's making more than some NBA players.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
You know, and still, though, now all eyes are on you. And like, to your point, I think that LeBron is a worse bronzexual than any of the bronzexuals are, because his son's name is LeBron James Jr. Yeah. So he's also a bronzexual, to the point to where it ain't no accountability. Yep. Like, it ain't no play better, make better decisions.
Yep.
So like you said, oh, he on the Hawks Mox draft, go son. Yeah, y'all, we told y'all we here. Yeah. So now when you're not performing, they're like, hey, yeah, let's go and take him out. Hey, man, y'all need to back up. That's just a kid, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you put him out there. You're at his – we didn't even know about his AAU games. You're at the AAU games doing dunks in the layup line with them.
Yeah.
You're bringing attention to it, because attention going to be on there anyway.
Right.
But you're doing stuff to bring more eyes on you. So now with that comes the criticism.
And my thing with Bron is, because I think I give him a lot of credit because he is so self-aware as far as on the court, as far as like his image and who he is, and, you know, him giving a kid a handshake can make their life. You know what I mean? Like, he's self-aware with that. I just find it crazy that he's not as self-aware, you know, kind of with his own kids or with his son, because for one end, you're so self-aware with being in front of the media, knowing, you know, if I do it like this, if I posture myself like this, they're going to think that. I'm going to put a Knicks towel on my back to put pressure on the Lakers, you know what I mean, just to be like, I could go, so where's the extension? Where's the money? Like, he's so self-aware in so many other places, but then when it comes to his son, he'll just kind of be, which I get, bro, like, we have sons, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, if EJ is mocked and doing like that, but for me, I want to keep it consistent. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be this way. I'm gonna be on him. I'm gonna be his biggest hater, like T Morant, like Ja Morant say T Morant is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be that type of dad. Like, I'm gonna give you your praise. I'm not gonna always be down on you, but I'm gonna be like, hey, nah, you got more to do. You got more to go. You know. So with Bron saying like now, like, hey, you know, he's just a kid. Don't do him like that. Like, first of all, like, I think we talked about this maybe on the last stream. Like, college basketball now, athletics is not what it used to be. Like, you're a professional athlete, especially in his terms. He getting paid a good 6, 7, 8 figures. You know, easy. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it's so many, you know, bullets that you can kind of shield him from now. And he just at the end of the day, he just got to kind of take it. You know. Yeah. So I think that, but I don't. You made the point. I think he's a talented player. I think he's a better player than Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan. Which Marcus was pretty solid. Marcus was solid. I think he averaged a good 14, 15 at Central Florida. And I think he's talented. I think Bronny can be an NBA player and will be an NBA player, but you putting all the pressure and stuff on him at this point to what you had to say is not going to be good for him later on, because he never went to like a high school that it was like all on him where he just averaged 30, and kind of be like, this is me, and you can see all that he can do. He looks like a good complementary player that can, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, because even now, like if you watch some of the USC games, like from what I've seen, I haven't seen all of their games, but from what I've seen, he's not even directing like the point guard.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you kind of I'm not gonna say undersized, but they kind of have him playing off the ball. He's playing more too. Mm-hmm. Now he is a lot better shooter than LeBron already
at this point.
He has a nice shot, nice form, and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I just think that sometimes as parents, we can't get mad when we put our kids in a situation and then the situation goes left.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, to your point, you like that spotlight. You like putting them out there in that spotlight. You know what I'm saying? From everything from showing up to the AAU games, from y'all's Taco Tuesday.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's spotlight. So now everything Bronny does good, and fortunately, again, I'm thankful that he stayed out of trouble, no scandals, but it's almost similar in a different way to what LeVar Ball did with his kids. You see what I'm saying? Like he talked about them so much, and I will say, Lonzo in college didn't disappoint. You know what I'm saying? Like the only time he played bad in college is after his mom had a stroke. And people could talk about like, oh yeah, they was on his head. Yeah, after you find out.
Yeah, man.
And then
that was different.
His dad actually did a good job of keeping it. Was somebody else that had called him. Yeah. It's like, hey, are you okay? He didn't even know. So you find out right before the game, your mom had a stroke. And now you got to play going in the tournament. But he had the spotlight, played well. LiAngelo never got the opportunity really, and not so much. But then you look at LaMelo, and hadn't really disappointed.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and really, you could argue like if Lonzo wasn't for injuries, he'd have two sons who are having fairly good NBA careers.
Oh yeah,
and he had them in the spotlight. But with that spotlight, they could handle the scrutiny too.
Yep.
And you saw Lonzo carry a team and win the state championship.
Yep.
You saw him make it all the way to the Elite Eight. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of those guys, it's like 3 or 4 dudes off that team that got drafted. Yep. You hadn't heard nothing else from them in the NBA. Yep. But he was able to make some dudes better, but he was under that microscope. And so now here you've been under the microscope longer than Lonzo. I would say probably about the same time as maybe a LaMelo. Mm-hmm. You know, because LaMelo was like 14.
Yep.
So, like, we've been watching you. And all of that ain't on Bronny. Some of that's on Bron. A lot of it's on Bron. Mm-hmm. But now, with that spotlight, that anticipation, with the anticipation comes expectation. And so when you've created an anticipation, it is not unreasonable or unfair for people to have an expectation. So now, as men, we've dealt with women who told you, they said, "Ooh, boy, you look so good. Ooh, I want to do. Ooh, JB, if you just don't know if I had you back." And they talk all this good stuff.
Yeah.
And then they invite you over to come kick it. So you ready. So now imagine how you feel when you sit closer on the couch. Oh, what you think this is? And you built up this level of tension. Anticipation.
Yeah, tension.
Or like we know the dudes that talk about how bad they are. Oh, I'm swinging that pole, this, that, and the third. Right. And when she give you a chance, if you ain't nothing but 2 pumps and a swivel, she's going to talk about you like the piece of shit that you are because you got her ready.
Yeah. Kept talking.
And it took her longer to take her clothes off. So you done built up this anticipation since this guy was, when he was the whatever ranked 9-year-old in the world.
Yeah.
We didn't care. Damn. But you kept putting it in our face. So now we're invested. Yeah. Now we're interested.
Yeah. And And like even in my group chat, we have a couple Bron-sexuals in there, and I really don't hate LeBron. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any ill will or nothing against him, but what you're saying, we're just pretty much speaking facts. And so they asked him the other day about when he eclipsed the 40,000 point mark. Somebody asked him like, what would you tell the 18-year-old LeBron and stuff? And so he went down this whole thing, was talking about, how, I don't know if you remember the commercial where they had all the old heads and then they had him at the end. Mm-hmm. And, so they had that. He said, I would have tell 18-year-old LeBron, like, just to, keep doing what you're doing. You got your head on your shoulder. And then he was just talking about how he don't think how he ever, exceeded those expectations with all that stuff that was heaped upon him. He told himself that. He was like, I don't know how I did it, being compared to Magic, Bird, Kobe, and all these players. And he hasn't even played a game in the league yet. And so just what I'm talking about, like, he's so self-aware in those moments and saying it. But then on the other side, it's like, not only is that your son, that's your namesake. He has your name, you know what I'm saying, as Bronny Jr. So it's like, I wish.
Yeah,
I wish,
they call him
well.
Bronny, but his name is LeBron James Jr.
LeBron James Jr.
Yeah,
correct.
so like I think they do the Bronny thing to kind of give it some distance, but
not working.
He is LeBron James Jr.
Yeah, the league, because if I'm a GM, I would probably draft him in the second round or third, first round, just to be like, if I got a chance with LeBron, I might as well,
I mean, like that, but that just goes to show you how much of a business this thing is, and it's not really about winning.
Yep.
Because he ain't. If you get LeBron, first of all, he ain't just coming just so he can play with his son. That means you got to deal with the circus.
Yeah.
You got to deal with Clutch. You like that. That mean Rich Paul coming too. That mean all these guys that they represent, and some of them, I'm not gonna say they don't belong in the NBA, but because again, the worst guy in the NBA, and we've said this before, so y'all please stop. You come for the king, you better not miss. But everybody doesn't play well with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so some of these guys, like, they play on the other team, it's like, oh, they can't shoot no more. No, it's not that they can't shoot. Their style of play doesn't mesh well with LeBron. So now when LeBron is coming to your team, yeah, it's going to be box office. You're going to sell a lot of tickets, but your fan base is going to be mad if y'all are not producing on the court, because he going to want to get everybody that he want. Yeah. And then when it doesn't go well, he's going to say he don't have enough talent.
Yep. I'm doing, I say we got, I don't know if they can see, we have a little interruption here, but we can keep going now.
Oh, okay.
Rolling.
Yeah, it's just on the live. Okay, but yeah, man. I mean, so it's like, I just don't understand. It's an old saying that says, "Heavy is the head that wears the crown."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it's like to be that guy, but I do know what it's like when you build a reputation.
Yeah.
Or you put yourself out there like that, and people expect you to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like you put yourself out there like that, people are expecting you to be that guy who you said you were. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with people expecting you to be that guy. And I wasn't expecting Bronny to be anybody who says they thought he was gonna go to USC and average 25. Like, what you smoking? Like, let's just keep it a buck. But I did expect him to be averaging more than like 6 points a game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Definitely.
And that's, I mean, I don't think, to me, if he was averaging about 12, like, you could reasonably say, okay, you're playing with one of the guys that went there, was like the #1 high school player. You got a senior in Boogie Ellis who, was averaging at one point, I don't know what he's averaging now, but I know at one point he was averaging over 20 points a game. Mm-hmm. So like if you putting up a good 12 and you're not even the main guy, then it's like, okay, because like right. You look at Westbrook.
Yeah.
Westbrook wasn't the main guy on the UCLA team. That actually lost to Memphis with the year that Memphis made it to the championship.
Yeah.
Like they had Darren Collison, they had Westbrook, they had Kevin Love, Aaron Aflalo, like Westbrook wasn't even the main guy, but he did enough to where it's like, okay, we see something, and like it's not, who knows, he may go and play versus some NBA guys and it'd be like, oh, okay, wow, but what is being displayed, and so to leaving the kid alone, like, look, we Grizzlies fans and Tigers fans. Have you not been to a Tigers fan game and the fans was booing the Tigers?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you not been to a Grizzlies game and when the Grizzlies was playing like ass, what was the fans doing? Booing.
Yeah.
I remember one point, I want to say it was last year, I was at a game, Desmond Bain, every time Desmond Bain got the ball, everybody was booing.
Yep.
It's not unique to your son. If you're not playing good or you're making mistakes that, people feel like you shouldn't make, or that analysts feel like you shouldn't make, you're going to get that fan reaction.
You definitely
Leave it in the comment section, and we will answer the question on the next episode. We don't often say the email, but it is ThePrezEx.
ThePrezEx.
ThePrezEx, ThePrezex @gmail. If you want to email us a question, we will answer your question on the email.
Mm-hmm. We will. I think
we back on.
I think we're back. We're back live. So yeah, man. With the Bronny thing, I think, yeah, man. That's what it is. I wish the guy well. I wish him well. I hope he does well when he actually makes it to the league, because, as you say, politics will get him in the league, whether we believe he actually is talented enough to be in there or not. But yeah, he will be in the league one day, and I hope he does well, man.
No, his name alone is gonna get him. He'll get in there for the minimum for you to get a pension. No, I mean just off the name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he'll be in there long enough for him to get a pension, and then it is what it is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, now that's not guaranteed him no playing time.
No.
I mean, but he'll be on the roster for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to say what the NBA rookie contract is, what?
Guaranteed 4.
Like 4 years. Yeah, I mean somewhere around that. So
guaranteed about 4.
and again, he don't even need the pension.
No, he don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and he making enough off his NIL. If he manages it right, like, he might not even need LeBron money.
Yeah.
He
gonna be good with that. But actually, I like his younger son too. I think his younger son, Bryce he looked like he got a little bit more potential. He's gonna be a little bit bigger, a little bit taller and stuff. So I think that is that. Now, also, your boy Sass, Stephen A. Smith was on, I don't know who podcast it was on, but straight up, he was talking about something more other than sports. And I had to verify, because honestly, I thought it was one of them sites that, they didn't kind of know what they're talking about. They're just putting stuff out there with that. And then I actually saw it wasn't, and I saw the quote. And the thing with Stephen A., I just want to set this up. Like, Stephen A., I think he's from Queens, correct?
Yeah.
He's from Queens.
Yeah.
This is not like a Memphis, a Southern dude, a dude from Detroit, or, something like that. This dude is from Queens, New York. Okay? Mm-hmm. And he said, out of his mouth, he's older than us, by the way. Yeah. He said that
he's been around since hip hop first started.
Correct. Yeah, he was their first primary, first target audience, I think, probably. So he said from Queens, New York, that he says Eminem is overall better than Nas. Did he say that, or am I misquoting what he said? I think he said he was better than him. I know he said he's more simple in playing. Eminem was more simple in playing, and Nas was more complex to kind of listen to, unless you knew the street jargon and the street stuff like that.
Oh, I mean,
that's what I heard.
And I wouldn't say that. I mean, like, as a hip hop head, like, it is some people that I've listened to, and I'm like, you really have to know what they're talking about to stay with them.
True.
And I believe, Joe Budden said this, and I echo it. I don't believe that there is a better rhymer of words than Eminem. If it comes to just rhyming words and finding ways and the different ways that you can make words rhyme and words sound like other words and the inflection of your voice and all of that, like he is second to none.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's when it just comes to rhyming words,
Yeah.
man, I put him over Biggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, Rakim, Big
Anybody.
Daddy. You know, I can go extensive. Just rhyming words. But when you talk about the better MC,
And what about just understanding though too? Like, because I think he put in there in the pot, like he can better resonate or grasp, his music more than Nas. 'Cause I think I saw him.
I mean, like, and again, I don't know how much Eminem he's listened to. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're just talking about maybe the last 5 years and that's your extensive knowledge of Eminem, then okay, fine. But like, I was on Eminem when he first came out. With the CD that had the Vicodin pill. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looked like it had tears in his eye. Like, I was on, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's actually how I got into Royce the 5'9" because they had a song called "When Bad Meets Evil."
Mm-hmm.
Again, no better rhymer words than Eminem. But like I have said, like I think that just when it comes to just being an MC, I think Royce is better than Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just I'm favorites, fine. But rhyming words, ain't nobody better than Eminem when it comes to rhyming words. And so as far as being a top tier MC, definitely. Songwriter, definitely. Artist, marketability, definitely. But if I'm just pound for pound, you know what I'm saying, like MCing.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was pretty clear that even what Stephen A was saying, I brought up his age just because he's older than us. And so for him to say what he said, it may have been true for me when I was in my 20s maybe, because certain stuff, Slim Shady went through, his first couple albums, like, what I'm saying? I was bumping some Eminem earlier, kind of in my 20s and stuff of that nature. But like now, I think he's talking about now. Like, how are you, as old as you are, from Queens, New York, grew up in Queens, rep Queens all day, and just say, kind of what he said. It just seemed like, he wasn't as in depth in the music as I maybe thought he was. You know what I mean? Because, and this is not I got Todd said something. I think I put something out there. I think I shared that post or something. And Todd was like, somebody commented, and Todd was like, man, people don't want to give, Eminem his credit or something like that. I'm like, I wasn't trying to discredit Eminem. I'm just saying when compared to Nas and the reason that Stephen A said that he would rather have Eminem than Nas, it just didn't flow. Because I agree with you. I think when we had our list, he was in my top 10. Was Eminem in your top 10 when we did the list?
Now, you know what? I have to go back and look at it. And actually,
I know he was in my top 10.
No, I actually believe, because we were talking about something and I didn't mention his name, but he was definitely in my top, 10, because I was saying, like, we were talking about switching somebody out. So, for what it's worth, been a fan your whole career. Yeah. But no, he's definitely in my top 10. I was just saying I could not put him, and this is just for me. Yeah. I couldn't put him over, and I remember I said I adjusted the list, but I couldn't put him over Jay-Z. I couldn't put him over Nas. I couldn't put him over Biggie, Tupac, and who was in my top 5? I believe I said Rakim was in my top 5.
Yeah, you had Rakim in your top 5.
Because and again, because the 4 other people I named all mentioned Rakim as there, so that's just like a lot of these guys talking about how Kobe is their GOAT. Well, I can't say you better than Kobe and you got all your moves from Kobe and you know what I'm saying? So what I did was, and so I will let people be the judge. And what is it? No. Role Model, that's the name of the song. So this is Nas song off of his Life is Good album called No Introduction. So, and you tell me if you can vibe with or you understand what he's saying. PS 1100, which is a school, by the way. That's how they name schools in New York. PS 1100 at free lunch, embarrassed but managed to get a plate. We was kids hungry, mom's working, I was famished, she getting home late. So I decided now I'm in charge, either stay full or starve. Corner store like Mr. Spare a quarter. Before Air Jordans, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's, trying to cop quarters and trying to move that hard. Roll with a shooting squad. How could I not succumb? How could I not partake? 15, I got a gun. 16, I robbed a train. Licked the shot out for fun. What's got inside my brain? A hustler's job ain't done till he becomes a king. But I'm a righteous son, despite I'm in the midst of dudes who switch up and change. They want to carry me like I'm some kind of lame. I never let them know. I just forgive them, no. Either that or the pistol blow. So that's the first verse of Nas's No Introduction. So now, I was saying, and even as me reading it, and that's one of my joints, like I love that song. But like as he's rapping it, I'm seeing him being in school and getting free lunch, and we ain't got no money. So how am I gonna get this money? I gotta hustle. I gotta go. Like that's what I'm seeing in that. So this is one of my favorite Eminem songs. It's called Role Model. Now again, you got to keep this in mind. Like a lot of stuff that I liked from Eminem at 18, like now,
it's different.
Yeah, but now again, you talking about just pure rhyming?
Yeah, he don't.
No, ain't nobody.
He don't.
Okay. I'm cancerous, so when I diss, you wouldn't want to answer this. If you responded back with a battle rap you wrote for cannabis, I'll strangle you to death, then I'll choke you again and break your fucking legs till your bones poke through your skin. You beef with me, I'ma even the score equally. Take you on Jerry Springer and beat your ass legally. I get too blunted off a funny homegrown, because when I smoke out, I hit the trees harder than Sonny Bono. So if I said I never did drugs, that would mean I lie and get fucked more than the president does. Oh, hell. And then, for whatever reason, hold on. Because it's like just how we was having technical difficulties.
Right. And y'all, again, I know we live now, and I don't know how it's, progress. So forgive us if this live is kind of getting all kind of mushed up or whatever like that, man. So just bear with us, and, you know what I mean? We keep doing what we do.
Yeah, so, but again, that song is called Role Model, and I believe that's off the first album, like I said, with the Vicodin pill on it. And again, like I like the beat to it. It actually had a video on it. Okay, so I had to go back to the other phone on it. So I'll start. I'm cancerous, so when I dish, you wouldn't want to answer this. If you responded back with a battle rap you wrote for cannabis, I'll strangle you to death, then I'll choke you again and break your fucking legs till your bones poke through your skin. You beef with me, I'ma even the score equally. Take you on Jerry Springer and beat your ass legally. I get too blunted off a funny homegrown, because when I smoke out, I hit the trees harder than Sonny Bono. So if I said I never did drugs, that would mean I lie and get fucked more than the president does. Hillary Clinton tried to slap me and call me a pervert. I ripped her fucking tonsils out and fed her sherbet. My nerves hurt, and lately I'm on edge. Grabbed Vanilla Ice and ripped out his blonde dreads. Every girl I went out with is gone, Liz. Follow me and do exactly what the song says. Smoke weed, take pills, drop out of school, kill people, and drink, jump behind the wheel like it was still legal. I'm dumb enough to walk in the store and steal, so I'm dumb enough to ask for a date with Lauryn Hill. Some people only see that I'm white, ignoring skill, because I stand out like a green hat with an orange bill. But I don't get pissed. Y'all don't even see through the mist. How the fuck can I be white? I don't even exist. I get a clean shave, bathe, and go to a rave, die from an overdose, and dig myself out of my grave. My middle finger won't go down. How do I wave? And this is how I'm supposed to teach kids how to behave. So now, in that, now again, like I said, the rhyming of words
elite
is on a whole nother tier.
Yeah, it's elite.
But when it comes to, so like if we just having a rhyming competition, again, nobody's gonna be Eminem. Like if we just going from rhyming, and I don't know how many times I gotta say this, number one. But I'm seeing what he's saying, but it's like you're all over. Let's like, hey, look at the blue on the wall, JB. Now look at the trash can. Now look at the couch. Now look at your statue in the man cave. Now look at the like I see it, but you're everywhere.
Right.
As with the Nas song, it's like, and so again, even in that, like if you listen to songs where it's like I Know I Can or Street Dreams or If I Rule the World or You Can Hate Me Now,
I Know I Can.
It's you know what I'm saying. Like he ain't necessarily telling the story, but I'm following you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
the picture is
right.
Vivid. The picture is
I'm getting a vivid picture, whereas with Eminem, I can just tell that you really can rap.
It's an abstract art.
You know what I'm saying? No, but that's what I'm saying. Like I could tell that you really can rap.
Yeah.
But that's it. It's not like so. People put Eminem here because, like, of songs like "Stan," but that's one song. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, the Eminem.
And that's what it sounds like Stephen A. is talking
about
too.
But that's
like
all
those. You know,
but it's 15 songs on the album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I get more of that of role model than I do Stan.
Yeah.
Now I will say the album that had Cleaning Out My Closet, that had I Am, that had Stan, that album had more songs where you were like, okay, I'm with you.
I agree. Was that Marshall
It
Mathers?
ain't just I believe it's either I think the Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah. The second one,
But that was the one that came out like right before 8 Mile came out.
Right.
But it had, like I said, I Am, cause like I said that album, like, that was I Am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would like that one? Like I said, Stan. Cause I'm peeking behind the curtain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even on songs like when him and Dre did Jermaine Dupri on Say What You Say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he was going at somebody, and so now I know exactly where you're going, and I'm with you. But like on a lot of other songs, it's like, you know, you're all over the place. Now I ain't gonna lie, I love the song "Guilty Conscience," which doesn't age well, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I'm like, cause I could see everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, where him and Dre was going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like. But even like,
I'm looking at the list now. That was the Marshall Mathers LP. He had everything that talking about from Stan, remember the skit Paul, Who Knew, Steve Berman, The Way I Am, The Real Slim Shady, Remember Me, I'm Back, Marshall Mathers. You know what I mean? Like he had all. Criminal.
Yeah. But now again, even like. In Criminal, that's another kind of role model type of song.
Right.
Where it's not, I love the song, but it's all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now Cleaning Out My Closet must have been on the Eminem show.
Yeah.
That must have been on the Eminem show. Yeah, so but that's another song where it's like, when I'm getting that, I'm sorry, mama, I never meant to hurt you. Mm-hmm. I never meant to make you. Like, that one is like, okay, yeah, that's that guy.
Yeah.
But the problem is that I'll get that, and then like the next 3 or 4, I mean, he rapping
right
from an MC standpoint, and again, the subtlety of he made cancerous rhyme with cannabis.
Yeah, he's a rhyming elite.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause that was Dre's thing with him, was that he rhymes words that shouldn't rhyme.
Exactly.
Put together. That was his.
He's a master of slant rhyme.
Yeah.
And that's what that is. Like, slant rhyme is when you take 2 words that don't necessarily rhyme, but you make them sound like they belong together. Mm-hmm. So it's like if somebody say cat, they rhyme cat and bat. Mm-hmm. But how you say it, if you're saying it a certain way, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like they're rhyming, even though cat would rhyme with at, fat, bat, rat, pat, mat, you know what I'm saying, stat. And whereas back is, you know what I'm saying, back, pack, jack, you know what I'm saying? But you make those words sound like they rhyme because of the way the consonants hit and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so then that shows the level of intellect to know consonants and that, like the way stuff, the relations.
Yeah, man.
Yes. And so when it comes to that, I would even agree, like if it comes to different variety of flows and stuff like that, I'll give credit where credit is due. Like I said, Eminem is phenomenal at that, but
he's phenomenal, and that's to your point. Like how much of Eminem has Stephen A. actually listening to? Because if you have listened to more than just the handful of songs that went to radio, the handful of singles that went diamond and stuff like that, you wouldn't make that statement. Especially you from Queens, bruh. That's just like we from Memphis. It's just like saying like I know Project Pack whole catalog. You know what I mean? So I gotta speak knowledgeable of the whole thing and not just be like.
But that would be the equivalent of somebody from Memphis saying that I think Lil Webby is better than Project Pat. And I think Webby might actually have more albums than Pat.
For sure. Yeah,
but
definitely.
Like what song? And I'm not. And again, love Webby. Like,
yeah,
but
Webby good.
I'm just saying, nobody from Memphis would say that.
Yeah.
Like if you're from Memphis and you say that, you can't be born here. Like you're a transplant. Like you grew up in Oklahoma, so like you're not from here to say that.
Yeah.
So for you to be from New York, the mecca and the birthplace of hip hop, and again, any hip hop head, if you're a true hip hop head, not saying Eminem don't belong around Mount Rushmore or he shouldn't be in your top 5 or top 10. Not that he's not an all time great. He's one of the few rappers who got an Oscar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to say he might have been the first rapper to get an Oscar.
Oh, that was 36.
No. But you got to remember, he got one for 8 Mile. Lose Yourself. 8 Mile came out before Hustle and Flow did.
He got an Oscar for that?
The song, Lose Yourself. 3-6 got one for It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. But you got to remember, Hustle and Flow came out like 07, 08.
Ooh, I don't know.
Hustle and Flow was like 07, 08. One of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was in the Ville. I remember seeing it 05.
Oh, it was 05?
Yeah,
okay, my bad. Yeah, July 12, 2005.
Yeah,
my bad.
Oh, look, I was in
okay, well, no, I mean, I was wrong. But no, what I'm saying is, but Eminem won for Lose Yourself.
Yeah, okay.
That came out
06,
in 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just knew it was before that.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Lose Yourself was a little bit further back. Like, I thought Hustle and Flow was a little bit further back. But no, they both were earlier. But he won the Oscar for Lose Yourself before they won the Oscar for It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I ain't gonna say, man. I rock with Stephen A. sometime, bro.
No, I mean, I just can't agree. I just can't agree with him on that. And again, and like I said, not saying that Eminem is not just the best white rapper. He's better than a lot of black rappers.
Oh, for sure.
And purple rappers and pink rappers and whatever color and race you want to throw in there.
He is, man.
But I just cannot put him. There's no world that exists where he and again, music is relative and subjective, but just to be fair, it's a lot of stuff that we as black people joke about and talk about that everybody can't identify with.
True.
But with that being said, like, white guys got to admit, it's a lot of stuff they joke about and laugh about and think it's funny that we don't. Like I don't know too many white, and I don't know too many white dudes that don't think Jackass is not hilarious. Yeah. But like I know a lot of black people, it's like, yeah, I ain't watching this shit.
Yeah. It's interesting for a moment.
Yeah, it's like I'm not finna keep watching somebody put a firecracker up their butt and you run and get hit by a car. Like, I mean, but like the dudes I went to school with, like you just watched this yesterday. You know what's gonna happen. But like it was like the most hilarious thing in the world to them. And I brought that up because it's a lot of stuff that Eminem talks about. That and the reason why. Now again, white people outnumber us on the planet. Like, well, I ain't gonna say on the planet, but at least In America, they do. It's a lot of stuff that he raps about that is humorous that they can identify with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like some of the stuff he says, like he talking about having sex with his grandma and stuff like we don't even
We can't joke.
like
Yeah.
you could have a black mama who was a piece of trash.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even good in our culture for you to talk about your mom.
Right.
But now white kids disrespect their moms all the time.
Yeah.
Your mama could have left you in a dumpster and you can't say, oh, everybody's gonna make excuses because she a black woman. And that's just our culture. We can't say nothing bad about it, even if it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Now white kids, oh, they don't give a fuck. Like mama wasn't shit. They say that all the time. Everybody, it's funny. They like so saying stuff like, I raped my grandma. I had a dream somebody came and we took turns fucking each other in the ass. Like that's just not stuff that we vibe with. Now it's cool that you know how to be creative and rhyme that, but like, nigga, I thought we supposed to be feeling good listening to music, and you got me thinking about. I want to think about this goofy shit.
Right.
That's a lot of, especially his early stuff. That's what Eminem was on.
Yeah. What else we got, Rag?
Oh, so yeah, man, this stuff, and so we talked about this because it's like every week something new is coming out.
Always.
Our boy Diddy, when taking that goes wrong, because and we was talking about this off camera. The irony of it is he talked about taking that, and he's being accused of taking it
and giving it.
And it, men, women. It's like this last one. I want to say it's like a producer or something or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like his security is saying like he was doing some scandalous stuff, and what brought it to my attention, like I saw the initial allegation or whatever, but like Dylon, of course, y'all remember Dylon from Making the Band.
Making the Band.
Oh, the Jamaican guy, and of course, even more infamously, you know, he said Dave Chappelle ruined his life.
Yeah, he did.
But because he said when people saw him, like nobody took him seriously.
Yeah.
He was like the stuff Dave Chappelle said. He said, I never said that. He's like, y'all are attributing that to me. That was off a skit that Dave Chappelle did. Like, I never actually said that. But he's like, when people see me, everybody's coming up to me saying it like I'm the one who said it. But he alluded to that, but he said, man, I was telling y'all that years ago after Making the Band that Diddy was doing this stuff. He's like, I've been on documentaries where I talked about this stuff. He's like, and y'all said I was crazy. Y'all said I was just mad because my career didn't take off. And nobody was listening. And that's the scary thing. So, like, how do we know that other people weren't already saying this? And I guarantee you as time goes on, it's going to be some more stuff that comes out where it says, oh, somebody accused him back in 2003 or some goofy crap like that. And you know what I'm saying? And it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it's Diddy is, you know, we talk about famous people and celebrities and stuff on here. You know, if you actually watch, you can pay attention to the thumbnails and think we trying to be goofy and stuff with it. You know, that's pretty much to grab your attention. You feel me? But when we actually talk about these people, you know, I don't think we say anything that we wouldn't say around them or, you know, mention even in their face and stuff like that. So given with the Diddy stuff, I saw him put out a post today talking about God is the greatest. It was from what somebody else said or whatnot. So this is like, you know, it's unfortunate because, you know, sometimes I try to put myself in there in I try to relate because it's like, because I know you always be like, I don't think gay. I don't, you know, we do the pause and stuff like that, right? But then when you think about it, I look at stuff like when you're to the peak of your power, when you have all the money you want, you have all the influence you want, you have all the power and everything you want, right? Now, with that comes with all the women. You can get any woman that you want. You can get whatever flavor, whatever you like, big titties, you like booty, you like, you know what I'm saying? You can get whatever you want in massive amounts, right? So when that happens, get to the spiritual side. When you get all that you want in the flesh, it's like you never get enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you go to what's the next thing? You know what I'm saying? I already had the baddest. I already had the actress that everybody wants twice over and had threesomes and foursomes and all this stuff like that. So what's the next level for me to get to?
Right.
Taking that, giving that. You know what I'm saying? Like to other men, however, to me, that's how a lot of people, even in Hollywood, do it because nothing is off limits to you once you get to a certain level. You can get whoever we look at, be like, oh, bro, she bad, she this. But after I get all that stuff, now what's that next level?
Yeah.
I gotta, unfortunately, I gotta go to a dude over here because getting a woman to a top tier woman now, that's nothing to me now. I can do that on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, so like to that point, so I deal with the natural side first. Like you alluded to, you can have anybody you want. Like you can get to a place where, like, the more and more partners you have and experiences that you have and things you see, you can start getting introduced to somebody or things that you're not. You didn't think that. You know what I'm saying? Then somebody introduces it to you and you're like, oh, I didn't even know I would like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know I liked head till the first time it happened.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, hey,
Why,
you know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Like, I'm always like, hey.
Yeah. Or to what you just said, when you used to smoking weed all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got the good weed, you had the Cali weed, you had the real light green, you got the little dark green, you got the mid. And so now to take it to a next level, what you do? You put a little coke in it. They give you a little sprouts. They give you a little, you know what I'm saying? What they call, I don't know what they call Lucy's. I don't know the official name of it, but whenever you put coke in your weed, that's the next level because you're already used to the greatest weed and stuff like that. But you always looking for that next notch up, that kick. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I said, I don't want to say I relate to Diddy because I clearly don't when it comes to doing all that. But then when you look at it from
Just
think
about it like, and I guess it's more so from like when you meet a woman and she tells you, oh well, I like do it this way or turn me this way. Well, like she got that from somewhere.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now, but then if you've never done that, well now you got another move to add to your repertoire. So now when you meet somebody else, you know, like, okay, if I turn somebody this way, it work. So let me introduce that. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like when you're in these situations, you know, who knows, you know, what happened? Who knows if he wasn't in some stuff or even in some situations where it's like you're at these parties where everybody having sex around you and you didn't know you liked watching other people have sex till you was there and you did it. And now that gets you off. You see what I'm saying? So now you done introduce yourself to a whole nother thing. You're in a position where you're used to like we saw this on Making the Band, and again it was funny on the Chappelle's. But you can tell people to go walk for miles and bring you back a cheesecake. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, who gonna tell you no? You know what I'm saying? You used to telling people, hey, go give me this, go do this, go shut this down, go open this up, and they make it happen. So now, when you're used to having people come to your beck and call and fall at your feet, you get in a situation. What you mean no? What you mean I'm not comfortable? Like that's, you see what I'm saying? Because he's in that position, and so from the let's look at the spiritual side of it. Like Solomon got away, and he writes in Ecclesiastes, he talks about getting away from God. But if you know the life of Solomon, that came from just all those different women that he was messing with. And so every time he was messing with a woman, he got into strange practices, strange worship, strange sexual practices. And it was to the point, but he's like, I had it all and I want him until I had so much.
Yeah, man.
And then it wasn't enough. You see what I'm saying? And so like again, I can't tell you how many people you meet, you talk to, and oh, this chick stuck her finger up my butt. Okay, well that's one step away.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But you put yourself in a position.
Yeah.
You got introduced to something else, and then now you got a problem because you like something that you didn't know. You opened up a Pandora's box that wasn't meant to be open, and so now you got to go to the next one, and then the next one. You know what I'm saying?
And I think you brought up a point. I'm gonna cut you off. And when we were talking about porn, this was probably when we had Cornelius back or something, you know, a couple years ago. And you said something like that, you know, when you actually looking at porn, you actually looking at other males' dicks. You know what I'm saying? And so now, you know, because porn is known to rewire your brain to really, you know, with that dogma and stuff like that. So now you looking at porn at first. Now you're looking at the woman, all her curves and all her sounds and stuff like that. But now you're getting used to seeing a man's genitalia and the size of it, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth. And you kind of, whoa. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what I'm saying, like when the flesh, you know, does not get satisfied, like literally, because there's always a new level you can go to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know this personally. But then also I'm thinking about putting myself in a position of power. I don't have to want for money. I don't have to want for, I can bring the party to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to go to the Plus John or whatever. I can bring everything to me. And so when I heard, what's the dude, Columbus Short, you know what I'm saying? It's 50 Cent put a couple videos out that he was talking about Diddy, and he hit him up 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And it was like, you know, what you doing? I want to, you know, you come in here, man. I want to talk to you about some stuff, some movies or whatever else he was talking about. You know what I mean? Like to be that bold, bro, to talk to an actor. You know what I'm saying?
And then when he said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm here laying, man. Just me and my wife in the bed laying down." He's like, "So you getting out? Like what? No, what do you mean?
I ain't going nowhere.
I'm in the bed. Like,
yeah, bro. Like when you get to that level, dog. And so now. And I brought this up before, like people say 2024, the exposure year, whatever. You can think what you want to, but a lot of people talking about Hollywood. A lot of people talking about the stuff that goes on behind closed doors that we already kind of knew. Like Richard Pryor stuff from way back in the day, Marlon Brando, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff has always been brought to the light. So now this stuff now with Diddy, it's really not surprising. It's just really like, what I say, like par for the course. Unfortunately.
I mean, you know, and again, like it's funny that you brought up the porn thing, but like, if you're used to, you watch it so much and you're comfortable just being around just watching a bunch of dicks moving around, a bunch of balls flapping around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember years ago when Ashton Kutcher was after he was on that 70s show.
Yep.
And when he was doing Punk'd. And he's like, him and Diddy got cool. And so it's like, man, partying with Diddy is crazy, man. It's like we had times where we both be in a room and we be knocking the chick down. And he's like, man, he'll look and just be staring in my eyes. And we sitting up there like we trying not to break, looking at each other's eyes. Like, why the fuck are you looking at another man's eyeballs when you got it?
Yeah.
So now again, not surprised, because that's just weird to me. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like I love you niggas, but when I'm in there, I don't want to see none of you niggas.
Have you seen the meme,
like
the joint where I can't remember? I sent it to you after we finished, but it was a thing where, you know, when the dude getting a haircut, you know, y'all be talking to your ball, be like, hey, da. But as soon as he get your line and start looking at your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, y'all be, hey, man, da. And so it's like, you know, you break eye contact.
Right, yeah. You're not looking at somebody's eyes while they cutting your hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not.
It's just like you're not looking at a grown man in the eye or whatever he doing. Like, if he doing my beard or something like that, I ain't just like this. Yeah. I'm just like this the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, you closing your eyes. And so, to your point, it's like, I couldn't necessarily do that, but then if you gotta know the other side of it, because this stuff here, the stuff we talking about with Diddy, man, it's like, it's it's some way deeper than that because then I don't know whatever about the TD stuff. I heard about the rumors, whatever, with TD whatever. I don't know too much about that. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but when you can get anything that you want when you want, and we talked about Vince McMahon a week or so ago, talk about this, when you have everything at your fingertips, well, we don't know anything about homosexual activity going on with Vince. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
So check this out. It's crazy because we was talking about this off camera when I watched that documentary. It was Razor Ramon, Scott Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking to Vince because he was like, he was gonna, this was before he left and went to WCW again.
Yeah.
He was like, we're gonna do this angle with Goldust, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna have him like get like a fake tattoo of your name and we're gonna have him, in love with you. And then he was like, Vince, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm not gay. And he was like, Vince was like, man, look, it's cool. Let me tell you about my first homosexual experience. And he said he kind of looked at Vince. He's like, what, am I supposed to be surprised? He's like, which time? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he basically was implying that Vince is just a big freak.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And not saying that somebody that's a homosexual is a freak, but freak meaning Vince didn't care who he was doing it with or what he was doing or how weird it was or like the text messages.
Mm-hmm.
And that documentary I was watching he talked about, I told the boys, you like them 3 at a time and you're going to have one in every hole. And you're going to have stuff leaking out of every hole. And when they get done and you're writhing.
Well, he said that?
Yeah, in the text message to the girl,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
He was like, when you're laying there writhing, I'm going to come and jack off on top. Like, you're a freak.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't want nobody that I'm messing with. Like, I don't want to be there while you're getting any action. Like, and like, let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a girlfriend, you got a wife, you got a fiance. If she's not a virgin, obviously she's had sex with somebody else. But guess what? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Let me live in my delusion. Like, you may have kids. Let me live in my delusion and think that the stork brought them out. I don't want to think about no niggas geeking inside. Like, let me live in my delusion. You are perfect. You are an angel. And nobody's seed is going to be on you or in you but mine. Like let me live in that delusion. Like, I don't want to. But on top of that, I certainly don't want to walk in the room and you got 3 different dicks in you. And then I'm turned on by that?
Yeah.
Like, he's a freak.
And in our era, we're talking about, for me, Project Pat, the Big Timers, Juvenile, you know what I mean? Like, they always talked about running trains, having stuff like that, right? I had an opportunity to run a train my junior or senior year. And, and it was like 3 or 4 dudes, you know what I'm saying, just like in the room. I couldn't bring myself to do it, you know what I mean, just for the fact that you just saying, like, y'all my boys, but I don't want to see anything that y'all got down there. You feel me? Like, the one thing we did
in 2024, JB, I'm glad you didn't go in that room.
You know what I mean?
That's the last thing a popular podcast host acknowledges he witnessed an Amtrak taking place between Tennessee and Louisiana.
It's like I couldn't, you know what I mean? And like, and all the Big Timer songs, him and Manny Fresh always went back and forth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Basically saying like they was in the same room. You took the top, I took the bottom.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Like Lil Wayne, I want to say, is that the #1 stunner or whatever where Baby had the line?
Yep.
I fuck them in the ass while I be
in the middle.
Pussy.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
First of all, that's a kid that you're on this song with. Second of all, like, no, like I don't want to be that close.
Right.
I don't want the potential.
Like, do you know, like, you can say certain songs, like, that was our song, that was my song too, #1 stunner. But when they say certain verses, you just like, like, I never said that part. I never said, I know what they saying, but I was the one that I was like, I was like, yeah, I don't think.
So as you know, my
Just
life has been ratchet.
Ratchet. So, yes,
in my freakier days, you know, had this move where you know you gotta bend over, and so you know lube your finger up.
Oh boy!
And you put your finger in the booty.
Uh-huh.
Now the only reason I bring that up is because while you're back there with your finger in your, like you can actually feel yourself.
Yeah.
On when you're going in,
right.
You can feel. You know what I'm saying? Like you can feel yourself going in there with your finger.
You talking about the thumb?
No. You gotta get it. No, you gotta get a finger with some good side.
Okay. I heard about the thumb. I know
right.
the thumb.
No, yeah, man, thumb, stinky pinky, like you know, but no, like you know, use the index or the middle finger.
Don't let me stop you.
So I brought that up though because if it's two people, that mean potentially on the, our dicks are rubbing up against each other. No. In no world, nowhere.
Yeah, but that's where this stuff comes from, bro. Like, you can't tell me like I'm not even gonna say I'd be saying too much because there's some family involved, but you know what I mean.
2024. No,
it's like when I've seen it at a lower level, meaning not to the level of a Diddy and stuff like that, but you get to a place to where you're so enamored by yourself and your looks and stuff of that nature, you don't even call yourself a homosexual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I'm not gay. You know what I'm saying? But on a night, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling frisky or whatever like that. Hey, I may try this or that just because I think they call them pansexuals or something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I've seen it at a lower level. I can't even imagine what it would be on a higher level to be like, look, I've had all these women. I know you've seen the video where Halle Berry was looking up Kobe up and down on the sidelines. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, you can't tell me Kobe didn't smash Halle Berry. You know what I'm saying? After the scene, you can't tell me that. Maybe I could be wrong. You know what I mean? But you know, when you have people of that nature, like I grew up with a crush on Janet Jackson, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, those people like that. If I had those people at my disposal, it's like, what else can I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I got to go to the next level. And so that's why I think when I think of Diddy and people like that, so it's like you can get who you want, but then it's like, well, shoot, I done got the top woman actress. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about the men?
Yeah, I'm good.
Which, I'm good too, man. It sucks. Well,
somebody was sucking apparently. That's why Diddy got all these allegations.
It sucks.
I mean, you know, like I said, and I just hope that whenever you do a phenomenal job with making the reels and stuff. Like, I just hope that we don't have one where we talk about finger in the ass.
It might come. It might.
Now, see, when it's obvious, you don't even have to, because we was both on the side, like we both caught it at the same time.
Yeah.
But no, man, like I said, crazy. I just, man, it is. I do feel good for because being a survivor myself.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because even now, you know what I'm saying, as ratchet as my life is being, I don't look back and think like, man, when I was 4, I was lucky. No, that was fucking traumatizing.
Yeah.
Like, that, people don't understand, like, how you got in something. Like, that's how I got insomnia. Because when I got assaulted, it was the 2 sisters at nap time. And they were older. They were 8 and 11. And they were in charge of making sure all the smaller kids, they had to check and make sure we were laying down.
Yeah.
And so, like, they would all, like, I'd wake up and they would be, my pants would be down and they would just be, grabbing and pulling and, you know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
And so at 4 years old, I just knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so.
Did you tell your folks?
So you got to remember, like, in the era that we grew up in, number one, you didn't call an adult a liar.
Yeah.
So the deal was not that I didn't tell, but it's like, So in my defense, I'm swinging. I hit the girl. Oh, get off me. So they go, oh, he hit me. Well, now that's all that you hearing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you telling the babysitter, oh, he hit me. He attacked us.
Mm-hmm.
No, y'all had my pants down. Y'all, got my dick out. Oh, he hit me for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So now they call my parents. So now when my parents gonna give me, it's already ass whooping time.
Mm-hmm.
He said, no, they was in there messing with me. No, there ain't no reason for you to hit nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So, you do that a couple times, you get in trouble. So then I just stopped because it was like, okay, when I react this way, when I try to tell, I get a whooping. So instead of me getting a whooping, let me just not say nothing. So then what I would try to do, and keep in mind, this is me at 4 years old, I was wise enough that I would try to do stuff like, hey, babysitter, do you need me to do this? You want me to clean the toys up? Because it was like, if I don't go to sleep, they can't mess with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I tell the babysitter, like I'm not feeling well. Can I sleep down here with you? Because I knew if I was sleeping down there with the older black lady, they couldn't do nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
But still be like, okay, well, no, it's time for you to go. And it was just like, you like the old cartoons, you hear the music, dun 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 dun. Dun. It's like I could hear the music, like I already knew it was doom time. Like I would do stuff like, man, I would go up under the bed and hide up under the bed, like maybe they can't reach me up under the bed, like. So again, at 4 years old, you're not thinking about the trauma. So like, I'm not feeling lucky.
Right.
Like I said, I couldn't sleep for years.
Yeah.
Into my adulthood. Like even now, it takes a while for me to go to sleep. I'm a grown ass man. I still like, in order for me to fall asleep good, I got to be taking melatonin. I got to drink way more alcohol than I want to, or I got to taking some type of Benadryl or something like that to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll stay up for like 24 hours, so then just so that the next day when it's time to go to bed, I can fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? At 6 years old, I didn't know that it was wrong. I just knew it was something not right about this grown woman putting me in between her legs, having me play with her pussy at 6 years old.
Yeah.
So I went, oh man, you lucky. No, I wasn't lucky.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's traumatizing. That like I could have been snatched up because when I was supposed to go over to the people's house because I didn't want to have to see the lady, like I would just walk to my parents' house. And it'd be cars pulling over. Little boy, because you see this little bitty 6-year-old kid walking. Like imagine if you're on stage and you see a little 6-year-old walking.
Yeah.
Somebody like Tobias size walking with a backpack on. And you looking like, where is that little boy going with all these cars coming?
Yeah.
Little boy, are you okay? And I'd be like, stranger danger. And they drive off. But it was just like, I would wake up in the morning, dude, and unlock the back door. So that, because I knew when I was coming home. So that way I could get in the house. And then my parents would be like, how'd you get in the house? Like, oh, I found the spare key y'all got outside. I didn't find the spare key. I had unlocked the door in the morning. Dude, in the morning when my parents get ready, I'd unlock the window so I could come in through the window.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't supposed to come home and they was going to have the house locked. So the only way I'd have to make it to where I could get in. So now when they talk about this stuff, like, oh, you're a young boy, you're lucky. No, I feel for survivors and I hope that they get justice. You know what I'm saying? But to your point, when you have these men and the world has created a belief, because it ain't just them. Like we work for corporations that don't have no qualms about screwing you out your paycheck, out your pension, hell, out our Social Security.
Yeah.
They're okay with that. That's the same energy that a Harvey Weinstein, that a Jeffrey Epstein, that a Diddy, possibly even a Bill Cosby. Like that's the same energy they got. How you gonna tell me no?
Mm-hmm.
I'm the United States government. I'm a billionaire. I'm this corporation that you work for. How you gonna tell me no?
Yeah. And this is tax time. This is the IRS time. And so I just actually did my tax not that long ago. And just to look at, different stuff, it's like, just so y'all know, getting a refund is not a great thing. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's, if you could do it, but
Hell, if you got one, I ain't get shit back.
Yeah, you're giving the government a free interest, free loan, you know what I'm saying, rather than getting the money that you need throughout the year. So you need to go do your W-4. So that's just a nugget right there. That, you know what I'm saying, I think it's needed.
And what is the W-4? Because, of course, we know about the W-2. What is the W-4?
The W-4 is where you do all your withholdings in your elections. If you have dependents, you put how many dependents on there. If you have a spouse that, works another job, you can check that box. I advise you don't do that, though. But you can check that box. Any other extra withholding, you can put it in there. If you're exempt, depending on your situation, you can put that in there. Now, but the government has made it more difficult,
right,
in order to now how to maneuver W-4. Because I remember when I was working for the government, it's like it was easier to maneuver the W-4. All you had to do was tweak something here, add another dependent here, there, da. Now it's different.
Yeah,
like you gotta do your homework. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Maybe that'd be another video we can, put out with that. But your W-4. But I wanted to put out too. I don't know if you watched Genius, the jump with MLK and
oh yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that. Me and the wife have been watching it the past. We finished it. Well,
Okay.
I finished it. She be going to sleep.
Right.
But
So basically, you saying you're gonna finish. She got to catch up. Wow, real mature, JB.
Hey. I didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? But we finished it, and so we about to shut down. But this could be leading to a whole nother conversation. But something to think about. Maybe we can do this on another thing. Because Rachel didn't know about Martin Luther King's indiscretions. She said she didn't know.
She had to have seen Barbershop too.
Dog.
That was a big thing when Cedric the Entertainer said at the end of that, it was either Barbershop 1 or Barbershop 2. He was like, Martin was a hoe.
She was shielded, dog. Let me tell you this, and she probably laugh if she watches this. She said, this was probably a couple weeks ago, Jamal, I didn't know the government tapped Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and so they can, do. I was like, really, like, sweetie, like this has been knowledge for years.
Has she not seen Malcolm X with Denzel Washington in it? Like, do you not remember that scene where Malcolm is in New York and he's staying in one of the hotels and they're tapping his phone, and it was like, who's just like all he does is call his wife and pray. And the other guy said, compared to King, this guy's a saint. Yep. Like that was in Malcolm X with Denzel. Like that was a line that is common not in Coretta Scott King's autobiography. She talked about knowing of his indiscretion. In Ralph Abernathy's autobiography, talked about King getting around. The reason why when Jesse Jackson and it came out, he had that other baby, that old baby that came out. That was like he learned from King and did him one better. Mm-hmm. And that was like because King, if Martin Luther King was Dr. J, Jesse Jackson was Michael Jordan. Like but that was like he learned from the best. Yeah. He learned from King, right. And he took it in.
And she didn't know that, bro. I have no idea how. I do. My wife can be very sheltered sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Very sheltered. And that means that I just go ahead and say it. I done told her, what was we watching, bro? I'll call her out here. We're watching I be getting on like she don't watch no black movies, man. I'd be like, man, let's sit down and watch a movie or something. She'll put on some little white movie or something like that. I'm like, baby, well, let's watch a black movie. Let's watch something on Tubi. Like, I don't want to watch, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so my wife is a little sheltered, but I'm trying to, school her in that area.
This is the thing. Like, okay, you got to remember, like, and of course, your brother-in-law, my kinfolk, like, they were dating back when we was in high school.
Mm-hmm. True.
You know what I'm saying? Like your brother-in-law was dating, your sister-in-law back in high school. That started like our junior year of high school.
Yep.
So I've known your wife since she was like a little, because she was always a little kid around. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like being around. Well, what y'all doing? Like, so being around your sister-in-law and your mother-in-law, when you say sheltered, I'm looking like, cause keep in mind, I done been around him a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like Miss Rose is off the chain.
Like that's what I know.
Like, how did you grow up in that house and you ain't never seen The Color Purple? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you ain't never seen the best man of love in basketball?
She just now saw the new Color Purple. This is the first time her watching the Color Purple.
I was like, ain't your sister, ain't Rhonda your sister? Like, no, I'm just saying, like, but no, this is what I'm saying. You got to remember, like, we would be over there, me, DJ, Eric, Percy, like, we all over there. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, depending on where we met up at, you know what I'm saying? But, like, we out in East Memphis, because that's where they was at the time. We out in East Memphis, all in DJ truck. You know what I'm saying? shout out to the old blue shot. But we done rolled out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of, I don't know if you remember Marquita, but Marquita used to be over there. Like, these are people we have several different people around.
Right.
And so, but that's what we're doing. We're sitting up watching Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're sitting up watching, you know, Love and Basketball. We're sitting up watching, like, these movies, The Best Man. Like, that's what we're watching.
She probably saw some of it, but it didn't soak in, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But she would be in there, though. That's what trips me out. Like, she would be. Soak in. You know, and then, you know, you do stuff, oh, you know, you too little to be in here, get out. She's like, shut up! No! Y'all can't tell me what to do.
It didn't soak in, bro. Because some of the things, like, with that, like, she was green to it. And so now it's, like, giving her a different perspective. And I asked her, like, so now what do you think about, you know, MLK? You know, and it's like, you know, I think I lost a little respect for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sure. But, and like I said, this is to be a deeper conversation. But then I also thought about this. I was like, look, man, when you look at all the stuff he was involved with, he got stabbed in New York at a book signing in 1958, 59, whatever, in Harlem or something. He's been getting death threats for years, in and out of prison, pressures to do all these speeches and stuff like that. I'm not condoning MLK cheating, okay? I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying the pressures of life. You see what I'm saying? The pressures of life, being on the road 300 some days out the year, you know what I'm saying, being an activist, that can put a toll on a man emotionally, mentally. And so now, instead of coping with alcohol, instead of coping with hard drugs,
right,
he maybe cope with women.
I mean, like, when you look at, you look at people like Jimi Hendrix or Janis Joplin. Like, they cope with drugs, obviously, because they died from overdoses. Amy Winehouse, she coped with alcohol.
That was their vice.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not to say they didn't do other stuff, but that was what they went overboard with.
Correct.
You know, I've shared this, like, my thing, and I didn't realize it was my thing until, like we talked about earlier. You doing stuff, and mine started off innocent. I had a surgery where I got prescribed Oxy, Lortab, Percocet. Like, I got prescribed this stuff. And it was all, you know, for different stuff. Like, I'm taking it for different stuff. And I didn't realize it was my thing until it became a thing. Until I could not work at FedEx and St. Jude unless I was popping a pill.
Till it was almost too late.
And so now everybody who go to the dentist or go to the doctor, like, I'm calling, be like, hey, you know, somebody who, you know, older person has got to take this, like, man, how much they going for? Like, and then keep in mind, I'm working in St. Jude, I'm working at a hospital, so now I know all the doctors and the nurses there. Yep. So I have access to it. Hey, my prescription only say this. Cool. I know a doctor here. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Because again, I legit had a surgery, and I just tell, like, hey, look, I had this surgery. You know what I'm saying? And and you just don't go to the same doctor. You know, you go to somebody else and give them the same thing. Next thing you know what I'm saying? I got 200 pills and I'm good. But like, so now imagine somebody, like you said, you got you're traveling, you're away from your family. It's people throwing themselves at you. It's people trying to kill you. It's the plight of an entire race is on your shoulders.
The whole nation, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And so like how do you not deal with, like, a lot of people don't know this, but like, now when you put fire to anything, it does change the chemical composition of it. So, like, let's not act like that's not science. But do you know that nicotine, even in the plant form, it actually helps with depression.
No, I didn't know
it helps control your appetite. It helps.
I think I know about the
So
appetite,
that's why like when people like, oh, you smoking this on that. No, what's in the nicotine actually, if it's taken in another way, it helps with depression.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was Martin Luther King doing all the time?
Smoking
a cigarette.
Boys.
Cause
them new boys.
like so we don't even think, we just like, oh, he like, no, like this man is dealing with
It's a lot, man.
all of that pressure.
It was a lot.
You know what I'm saying? And so like sometimes, and true enough, people need to be accountable and we need to make good decisions. But sometimes we look at the end result, what somebody's doing, instead of, if I'm in your circle, am I doing something that's making you pick up a cigarette? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I doing something to make you drink a little bit more than social?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause again, like people see me on this, like this the most drinking I be doing.
Yeah.
Unless I'm at an event or something.
Yeah.
Like this is my turn up time.
Yeah.
Now don't get it twisted. Like I'm gonna have one, you know, at the crib or whatever. But like some days, nigga, if I'm like I just don't feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good, I'm straight. I don't need it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then some days, if I'm kicking, I'm just like, yeah, let me pour myself a little drink or whatever. But if I was doing it all the time, is it just because I'm addicted to that, or is it things that's in my life?
Yeah.
Because I believe it's in Proverbs where it talks about, oh, let them drink and forget their problems.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's one of the benefits of it. When you're doing it, you're not thinking about anything negative that's going on in your life. And so you have to ask yourself sometimes, like the pressure that Martin had. And Malcolm said, like, you know, but no, what was Malcolm doing though?
What was Malcolm
The coffee, the caffeine.
Yeah, okay.
But again, what is it doing? It's dealing with the anxiety.
Right.
And
keeping them,
it helps you not be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so, like, we don't think, like, am I doing something to make this person feel this way? Is it something going on in that person's life? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's not excusing bad behavior.
No, it's not excusing.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, if you know, because he even like it's being unfaithful, and it's what he was doing. Like he was making a movie. He was on the marathon. Yeah. Like he was trying to compete with Hugh Hefner. Like that ain't like that. Hey,
can you imagine how he was abusing them women? Literally, like I'm talking about in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to humanize, you know what I'm saying, the whole situation, which that's what I'm doing on the Preacher Man podcast as well. You know, I really want to humanize people.
It's just hearing his voice. It's just hard for me. Because you know what I'm saying? Like the Allstate dude, like women love his voice. You know what I'm saying? But like, think about was it Waiting to Exhale? The Allstate dude was in Waiting to Exhale. And so like every time he's talking to Whitney Houston, like he got that voice. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Savannah. You're in good hands. Bring me that tail over here, girl. Like, he got that kind of Barry White, you know, type of voice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, like, when you hear Martin, like, that's good for a speech. But, like, could you imagine being a chicken, you know, she knock on the door. Come on here, girl. Bring that ass to me and bend it over. I'm about to take you to the promised land. Like, I just couldn't hear, like.
Well, you know the government has that. The government has those tapes, I'm sure as well.
It'd be funny, though, if
I know they got
Martin talked like Martin when he was giving the speech. You know what I'm saying? He's like on the phone, oh, Jesse, I'm going to have to go. And then, but when he talked to this girl, hold on, baby, I got to get this nigga off the phone. I'll be right. Yes, Jesse, I got to go on and handle this business. But yeah, like I was saying, babe, you know, how you feeling, love? What's good? What's on your mind, girl? Like, it'd be funny if he sounded like Goldie off the Mac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But just hearing his regular voice, it'd just be, I don't know, man.
It would be funny, man. Like, but I just wanted to put that out there because I've been indulging in that series this past week, and so in doing that series, me and the wifey were talking, and so that's what I found out what she didn't know.
And and then he talked like Martin, but then he looked like Charles off BMF.
He do.
So just you remember how people was tripping off Charles and BMF and his love scenes. So like I imagine. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know. See, this what we talked about earlier with the goofy ass porns. Like, why am I even sitting up wondering like if Martin was looking like Charles and BMF? You see what I'm saying? You see how twisted
It's twisted, man.
life is because of stuff like that.
That's
but
how I go, man. But I thought that was interesting, man. But yeah, let me see. Did I have anything else? NBA, we know that's going on. NFL, Russell Wilson is officially a free agent. I'm not surprised about that. I don't know where he's gonna go. Hopefully, he may go to the Steelers.
Do
I
you
heard.
think that he's a simp because he said that God called him to be a stepdad?
That's what he said. He said, "God called me."
But like
Okay.
you know what? Like some of y'all niggas need to grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because some of y'all wouldn't even be here.
Do I? Okay, ask me the question again.
No, do you think he's a simp because he said God called him to be a stepdad?
No, I think, if anything, I think that's honorable because that's, truth be told, God called my dad to be the same thing.
But your dad still ended up having
Correct.
2 of his own biological children.
Correct.
Okay. I'm in that current situation myself now.
Yeah, simp. That's definitely. I would not put no simp on that.
Some of y'all wouldn't even fucking be here if it wasn't for a stepdaddy.
Yeah, definitely.
Like what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah.
Cause y'all so get Future's dick out your ear and out from down your throat and out your ass. I'm sorry. Like the nigga make good music, but he's not God.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like he fucked that situation up. Yeah. Like let's be for real. Yeah. Some of y'all fucked y'all situation up with y'all kids and y'all living vicariously through these other niggas. And nobody told you to stay away from your children. Nobody told you, you know what I'm saying, the doctor mistreat your child's mother being abusive to where she didn't want to be around you and didn't want you to be around your children. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest, it takes more for a man to raise children that are not his own than it does to raise his own children.
It does, bro.
Because that's just a natural thing. If you're there with they look just like you, that's natural. Anybody would do that.
Yeah.
Or anybody that half decent person would do that. Mm-hmm. But to walk in a room knowing that no matter how much you do, it's a possibility that they still don't appreciate you.
Yep.
It's a possibility that they beefing with you and upset with you because they wish it was their dad doing it.
I give props to any stepfather, any stepdad in any situation, because as you know, I could have been in that situation.
We thought you was.
Thought I was.
Yeah.
I was.
No, because she had them 3.
She had them 3.
Now she was bad.
She was nice.
Yeah, she was bad.
But
I wouldn't have been mad at you, but I was like, oh, you starting off already.
Man, and
I was like, so you just gonna give her 1, right? You ain't trying to do no more than the 1.
She wanted 3 more.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So anybody that's a stepdad, like, I know, like, I believe it's a calling, because I think if you put yourself in that situation, you have to be ready for a lot of different scenarios and situations. And so I give props to anybody in that situation, because it's not easy. It's not easy being a dad of your own biological children.
I mean, I just don't like this idea that because you do that, and like, why is he a simp? What is he supposed to do?
That's crazy that they
said
said that.
Is he not supposed to be doing nothing with the child?
That's crazy.
But then so now,
simp.
And some of these niggas is the same niggas talking about the dude who didn't buy the other kids McDonald's. Oh, he wrong for that. He ain't even with the chick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not even with the mama.
Yeah.
But y'all want him to buy all the kids McDonald's because he bought his son some McDonald's. But here Russell Wilson he's with the mama. Happily. He got other kids with her. So regardless of whether he lived in your balls or not, those are his siblings. Mm-hmm. You're expecting him to look out for his other siblings because he's the big brother.
Yeah.
And so he's a simp because that little boy is going to grow up well-adjusted, seeing the good balance between husband and wife, mother and father, somebody who's invested in his success.
Yeah.
And whatever great he does, he can say, hey, this man helped me do that. And he a simp?
Yeah.
Shaq dad was a simp?
Simp, not at all.
Eddie and Charlie Murphy's stepdad was a simp? Yeah. And like when you see Eddie Murphy throwing them punches and stuff, like, oh man, Eddie Murphy look like he got hands. You know who taught him to box? his stepdad. Because he said he wanted to make sure that they knew how to fend for themselves. Yeah. And that actually is what got Charlie Murphy down the road to doing martial arts and stuff like that. Because he said, even though those are not my biological sons, I want to make sure they know how to fend for themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's man, come on, man.
You can call Russell Wilson a lot of things.
Not for that. You could be a simp for some other reasons. But like I said, I'm looking at and just even how we grew up. So now for you saying Russell Wilson, and I feel the type of way, you saying Russell Wilson is a simp, so like you saying Prentice Brown is a simp. You saying Danny Morrow's a simp.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like these are dudes that we saw. You're a strong man, but you are taking care of other children, even though you biologically did not produce those children, but you're treating them just like they're your own. You telling me Samir Malik is a simp? You telling me Kelvin Vaughn is a simp? Man, you out your mind.
If anything.
And right now, I mean, man, them folks who didn't want to see Kelvin Vaughn back in the day, Kelvin Vaughn, I believe, will still whoop some of these folks' ass.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
If anything, you a gangster, dog. It's gangster, dog. Like, I think we need to, have people switch words sometimes. Because, usually, we growing up in our area, like, once you get married, you kind of soft. You kind of, you get married. Nigga, that's gangster. I'm about 11 years in. Nigga, marriage is about the most gangster thing that you can probably get into.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not just the marriage, but it's everything that comes with it.
The work.
You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff to make sure everybody's life is good, to make sure that everything is functioning the way it's supposed to function and go the way it's supposed to go. Like, so I totally felt what you're saying because, again, look at how many people quit.
Yeah.
For bullshit reasons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For the reasonings.
You know what I'm saying? Not because of no Coretta stuff. Like, because again, what she did was gangster. Like, you knowing this nigga, but you understand.
Yeah. How,
like I said earlier,
the system.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yep.
So I'm gonna stick. Excuse me. I'm gonna stick with this man because I understand it's a lot that he going through.
That's a word. That's
you see what I'm saying? And that's an episode. That's gangster for her to be like, I'm gonna still stay with this man because I understand the weight.
Not only do she understand, it's like, but she knew it was us against them. Not only us as far as black people against, you can say, so quote unquote white people, but us against the FBI, us against the government, system. The whole system. So it's just like, okay, I could leave you, but that's what they want.
And you gonna have to carry this by yourself.
Yep. And you want me to leave you now. So now they want me to leave you, so now you can just go kill yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, when they did stuff, I don't know if it's in that, if it gets to that, but like they actually like produced pictures and stuff.
Yep.
And gave her pictures.
Yep, it was in there. Yeah. It was in there. And actually on that episode, I remember she got him and was like, she bit her tongue. It was like, she got on Martin for a second. They got on there. But then she was just like, I'm bigger than this. It's bigger than us. And so how many women in 2024 today, 2024 today, and their man, not even on Martin's level, not even giving speeches, Rag. I'm just talking about going to work every day, doing double shifts, doing all this other stuff for the family and stuff like that. But then it sounds like I'm condoning certain behavior.
No, I mean, I'm not condoning. Like, nigga,
I'm not condoning.
You saw like I can only imagine because like I shown you some of the women that I work with at the post office and that I see every day. Now I'm not even gonna lie. Nowhere as bad as it was when I was in Collierville. It didn't matter where you turned your head at. It was always a sight to see.
It was there. Okay.
But like now, you only talking about 8 or 9 different women, and I'm looking okay. As long as I'm only in this office for a certain amount of time, and I'm on the street, I ain't got to see none of these niggas. But man, every day. Yeah. He's going all over the United States, all over the world. Whatever you like butter pecan. It's a butter pecan.
And got groupies. Get groupies
and
of
them
that.
Too, right.
Now,
you
not thinking about that.
Man, you like chocolate, just some chocolate chip over here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you like almond and some almond right there.
And there was some white people down
You know
there
what I'm
too.
saying? You like caramel, you like vanilla bean. We got some vanilla bean. You like some burnt sienna? We got that too. Like it didn't matter. So like always.
And telling him that this is all I want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to take Coretta's place. I just want to release your stress tonight, Martin.
I mean that is to the same that is to the same token, and I really wish because like and don't get it twisted, but
not
like
condoning, y'all.
the
I'm
most
not condoning.
and I think we talked about this maybe last season before last, but like they gave a woman an amount of testosterone,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like talking about how she felt and like what she was thinking about, and that was like, oh well, that's just so much of it, like that's just what a man thinks about, like what you experienced over the course of like a day, like that was an hour for like a biological man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's just how we're wired. Now, not to say women are not wired to want to have sex and be horny and stuff like that, but like the idea of wanting it at that level and wanting the variety and the hunt, that is, I guess, the best way that our female audience could adjust to it and get it is like, imagine everywhere you went, it was just dudes like, hey, baby, I just want to cash out you 500. You know what? You ain't even got to bend over. Just let me talk to you.
Right.
And I got you 500. That's it. I just want to have a conversation. Like it's 500 going in your cash app right now.
Mm-hmm.
And everywhere you're going, it's niggas that's just like, hey baby, just let me look. I know you got a man. I know you good, but just let me cash app you 1,000.
Yep.
So now you may not take it from everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but you mean to tell me you ain't gonna let nobody cash app you? It's like, hold up, you just want me to stand here and have a conversation with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well now don't get it twisted. Like hell, I'll take the cash app too. But like, women ain't offering us the cash app like that. But you know what they are offering?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Like, let me just put my mouth on the tip just for a second.
Ooh.
Just the tip.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we start rationalizing.
Wow.
And then like some of these women, they'll walk up on you and be like, "Oh, you already excited?
Yeah.
Let me just rub it up against me." You ever had a woman tell you that? She say she just want to rub it up against you, and I ain't talking about clothes either. Like she'll pull it out. She's like, I just want to rub it up against me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you rubbing it's like, oh, you in there. Thought you had a friend.
Cold game out here, dog. It could be a cold game out here.
And you are thankful on that day that your pullout game was not as weak as you thought it was.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pull out game. I didn't. Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Now keep in mind, we regular niggas.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nothing extravagant. You know how many times I done got hit by accident?
His man said by accident.
No, I'm just saying, like, you somebody, they drop something or whatever, like, oh, I dropped it, and next thing you know, like, ooh, what's that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, we in the restaurant and shit like that. Like,
oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
we don't
get
not
it.
keep in mind that's
Yeah.
right now. Imagine, nigga, it like we're on a like. Imagine if we doing like the Pivot or Club Shay Shay. We in Vegas this week, y'all. We going live.
Yeah.
And it's women there sitting there with signs up. Hey, executive, I just want to show you my titties. Now you may not do nothing, but you're not gonna look.
Right.
As much as you like porn, you're not gonna look.
I got
And so now the question is not whether or not you're gonna look. Yeah. It's like, what are you gonna tell when you sitting with the wifey? What conversation are y'all gonna have?
Yeah. Now the problem is staring. Looking, that's natural. Looking is natural. Staring is now that's where you can kind of get into some semantics. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just staring; it's the way you stare too. You can kind of be looking like, okay, yeah. But then it's that.
Oh yeah, if you sitting back and grinning, You
And
know
then
what
you
I'm
doing the
saying?
Stevie J or the baby, you rubbing your hands together. And you bite the lip on them. Like they know exactly what you know. You ever seen that Jonas on Amazon Prime of Swarm? With the guy from Snowfall, Damson Idris and Chloe Bailey.
Nah, I ain't
Cause
seen
everybody was talking about it. It was like, oh, Chloe Bailey in the love scene or whatever and everything like that, where he was knocking her down. But the deal was, is her roommate, which I think was like her friend or her cousin or something like that. She came in and she heard him, so she walks in the room and she see him like, man, tearing it up. And so then he looks over there at her.
it.
You know what I'm saying? The roommate is like looking, and he just like looking her in the, he's just like staring her in the face while he, you know what I'm saying, tagging Chloe from the back, and he looking at the roommate in the eyeballs, and then he hit her with this number right here. He like, what's up? Like, so yeah,
Yeah.
when you hit somebody with that joint, like yeah,
That's different. Man, look, we done went deep. I knew we was gonna go a little bit detour once I brought up the MLK for where I was going. You know what I'm saying? But you
and
know,
apparently MLK was the one going deep, but yeah.
oh, he was
Let me
taking
go
that.
deep, deep, deep.
Hey, look, another thing. When I see, doing the MLK weekend when them folks be having them flyers, he be having them little chains on. He be having them chains on with the little dude on be on the side, and he be having a little hat on to the back. I be slick. I be like, nigga, that was hey, ML was that dude. Now it's probably not too far off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was funny, man. But yeah, if y'all have not, go ahead and check out that Genius MLK Malcolm X. It is on Hulu and I think Amazon. It's a dope series. I like stuff like that. I'm a documentary historian type of dude watching that stuff like that, man. But y'all, until next time, continue with that executive mindset.
And most definitely keep it presidential.
Salute.
Arrivederci. Bow.
Alrighty.
Yeah, people watching that joint.